Hello, this is Dr. Jimmy. Have you missed me? Yes, it's been a while since I posted any videos here on YouTube. Quite some time, actually. The last videos I posted were in October, I believe. The last one was actually posted from Universal Studios at Halloween Horror Nights 21, if you recall. That was rather neat and nifty, and that was fine, actually. But before that, I've had some difficulties with the videos that I posted from home. And so I'm hoping this one will prove to be adequate, and it's actually a bit of a test to see if it works. Yes, I had some problems with my previous videos, the ones that I posted prior to that last one. The audio sync was a bit off. I don't really mind if the audio sync is off, provided that the entire video is present, and that's the problem. One of the videos I posted, the speed of the visual was very fast, and in fact it was actually much faster than the audio, and the entire video was sort of compressed or something, or sort of the visual part ended about 10 minutes, and the 15-minute video ended there with the audio going at regular time, so that you only got 10 minutes of audio and 15 minutes of video rapidly sped up, which was very bizarre, because then you ended up missing 5 minutes of what I was saying. And that was a problem I really can't deal with. I don't want to do that anymore. I want my entire video up at once. And so that's the purpose of this video, to see if the problems YouTube was having with QuickTime videos has been addressed and fixed, hopefully. I'm going to do that. There was a whole bunch of complicated technical information I got from YouTube on how to do a QuickTime video without these problems. I'm not quite sure that I have the technical savvy to figure all that out. And so I was hoping that giving a few months rest, YouTube will have fixed up its problems, and therefore I can post a nice video like this, and it'll come up nicely, and I won't have to worry about these problems anymore. That's my hope. So, what am I going to talk about during this test video before I resume? If this works, I'll resume right away with videos for Halloween Horror Nights 17, Carnival of Carnage, which is where I left off in my Horror Nights history back last year. Oh, by the way, you like my haircut? It was getting a bit long there for a while. I was starting to look like Benjamin Franklin or somebody. It was getting a bit silly. And so I've gotten my hair cut much nicely now, so I won't have to worry about that. Now let me see. I think I'll talk a little bit about all the crazy rumors that have been going about around Halloween Horror Nights 22. As you know, Halloween Horror Nights 22 will be coming up in about 8 months, in a week or so. In September of this year. That'll be when it starts. A long time from now, and way, 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 way too early for any serious speculation about the event. Sorry, those who love to speculate, but it's really too early. I have some dear friends who love speculating as early as now, and I'm sorry, though. It's a good time for ludicrous and silly speculations, or starting silly rumors. I'm not going to start one right now, but let's talk about what we have rumored. The various rumors. Well, of course, the rumor that started almost immediately was that somehow the number 22 would be involved in the theme of the event. Oh, what's the theme? What's the theme? Theme me up, Spotty. Theme me, theme. Oh, theme. Fuck theme. Anyway, because 21... the number 21 was involved with, you know, blackjack and the whole gambling thing and Lady Luck. So they think, oh, 22 has to mean something. Well, you know, in the history of Halloween Horror Nights, most of the frickin' time, in 21 years, the number of the event had nothing to do with the theme. You know, they could have done something with significant numbers over the years, but they really haven't. The only time they've ever made a big deal about the numbers, Halloween Horror Nights 13 back in 2003, you know, it had nothing to do with the director or anything. 13 had to do with, oh, they would have, you know, 13 rooms. Oh, there goes a Bob. 13 rooms in each house, and number 13 was everywhere. That was sort of the thing they were going for. So 13s were all over the place, but really it didn't theme that much with the director and his snuff movies. what does that have to do with number 13? I guess it's unlucky, but, you know, it's unlucky to meet an icon anyway, because they're going to get ya. Well, at least we hope they're scary. They're supposed to be scary bastards, all of them. Some of them scary-ass bitches, like Mary and the Terror Queen and the Storyteller, and of course our dear Lady Luck, who could be a monster sometimes. But 22, so, and, you know, Sweet 16, they used that a little bit in the theme, although it was really not so much about a 16 coming out party, it was about a reunion year. 21 is really the first time they've really incorporated the number in such a way. So what makes you think 22 is going to be different from the majority of the years? I mean, did 24, I mean it's not 24, did 20, you know, did 20 have anything? 20 was a, you know, 20th anniversary, but what does that have to do with fear, really? Did number 20 have to do with fear? XX, well, that was nice, the brand on him, but it really wasn't the theme of the event so much. But, you know, did 19 have something to do with the number 19, whatever significance of that, or did 18 have to do with, you know, learning how, being legal to vote or anything? No, it had nothing to do with anything like that either. So it's kind of silly to think that somehow number 22 is going to have this significance. But people have thought, well, 22, it's 2, so it's going to have a dual thing. It's going to be two icons or twins or something. You know, that was one of the rumors, twins. The other rumor, of course, is 2012 and the Mayan prediction of the end of the world, which is actually pure bullshit. Not the rumor, the Mayan prediction of the end of the world is pure bullshit. Do you realize that? The Mayans didn't actually predict the world was going to end in 2012. They didn't. No one has predicted, Nostradamus did not predict the world is going to end in 2012. The Bible does not say the world is going to end in 2012. People are saying this, but they're lying, or they don't know what they're fucking talking about. Nostradamus actually made predictions way past 2012, well into the year 3000 something. So he didn't think the world was going to end any time in this century, or this millennium even. The Mayans had dates projected way past 2012 as well, when they thought things could happen or things could whatever. So they obviously thought the world would still be around. Their long count calendar only goes up to the date of the equivalent of December 21st, 2012. Why? Because that's as far as they counted. The long count calendar, it was carved on stone, and a friend of mine always says, well, you know, that's where they ran out of rock. They had no place else to carve, so yeah. Another thing about 2012 is that, again, there is no it was really started by a guy named Terence McKenna, who took a lot of drugs in the 80s and 70s, and he came up with this idea that he made up some sort of equation about novelty. His idea was that everything that could possibly ever happen will have happened by 2012, and there'll be nothing left to happen after that. And that's silly. There's all sorts of things that could happen. Have we gone into outer space and landed on the planet Neptune yet? No. Is that going to happen in the next 8 months? No. You know, there's all sorts of things that could happen. I mean, there's an infinite number of things that could happen. Novelty is not wearing out. No, sorry. It's a silly idea that has caught on and has captured the public imagination. I do not expect the world to end at 2012. In fact, I expect that on December 22nd, 2012, a lot of people wake up and look around, realize they're still there, and go running out to go Christmas shopping as madly as they can, because they thought the world was going to end and they wouldn't have to buy presents for Christmas. And now Christmas is only a couple days away and they have to get presents right away because, oh my God, we're going to have Christmas after all. Yee! And I didn't buy anybody any presents. Oh noes. I have to send cards and everything. That's what's going to happen. Big shopping rush on December 22nd, 2012 on those dum-dums who believed the world was going to end for some reason. Okay, enough of my silly willy about that. But if you do want to make a Halloween Horror Nights theme based on the Mayan prophecy, which might be a good idea because it's, you know, in the popular zeitgeist, and they have picked on doomsday prophecies before. Back in 1999, everyone was worried about Y2K. You remember the Y2K bug? Those of you can remember that if you're old enough. the Y2K bug. They thought all the computers would crash. Again, I knew that wouldn't happen because you get your credit card. If you had a credit card in December of 1999, it didn't expire that year. It expired 2 or 3 years from there. And it worked when you put it in the ATM. If the ATM recognized the date of 2002 or whatever year that card expired on December 31st, 1999, why wouldn't it recognize the same thing the next day? I knew it wasn't going to happen. It didn't. But that didn't stop Universal Studios from having a haunted house based on a doomsday in the year 1999. It was called Doomsday, not the Doomsday House from 2008, which was a different house altogether, but a doomsday house about the Y2K prophecy and everything coming apart and falling apart. So if they did that before, they might do it again. They might have some sort of doomsday theme. They might have a house at least with this idea, Mayan prophecy. Maybe, maybe not. If they do, they might have twins because the hero twins of Mayan legend are the big religious figures in Mayan religion. I mean, the hero twins are like Jesus Christ is for Christianity. They're a big deal in Mayan, they're like the savior gods of the Mayan religion, and so obviously those guys would probably show up if you really wanted to have it based on Mayan mythology. Although I think that's a bit arcane, a little bit, the biggest nerd in the world might not know about these guys. You'd have to be like a student of Mesoamerican mythology to know about that shit. I mean, I know a little bit about some of this stuff because I'm a professor of religion. So, this is my bag. But if you didn't know about that, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, Greek mythology is different. Everyone's heard of Hercules. I mean, all those Steve Reeve movies. Even Disney had a Hercules cartoon. So, yeah, Greek mythology is easy. Mayan mythology is like people wouldn't get it. So, maybe, but maybe not. All right. Other rumors, well, of course, the big rumors going around lately have to do with, of course, all the construction and new things happening at Universal. I'm not talking about Despicable Me. I'm talking about all the rumors about what's going to take the place of Jaws. Oh, our beloved shark has swam away into Universal history, and now they're doing something in Amity. And I didn't think it was going to be a Harry Potter expansion because I thought Harry Potter was already expanding at Islands. Why would they put something at Universal, especially if they... But maybe it will be. It's beginning to seem like it might be the Diagon Alley area and have like a Hogwarts Express to take you from Universal to the Islands. Although, that would mean an extra ticket you'd have to buy to go from one park to the other if you only had a one-day, one-park pass. I don't know. It reminds me of what they did at the Disneyland Hotel in California, where you could take the monorail into Tomorrowland, but if you wanted to, but that's not quite as complicated because there's only one park involved. I don't know. The logistics seem difficult. Maybe they'll do it anyway. People will buy an upgrade ticket and then go to the other park. It'll make them money, I guess. It might be a very good idea. That seems to be what the prevailing rumor is about what's going into Jaws, but it might be something else. Transformers seems to be going somewhere else. Yes, Transformers is coming here. Spielberg spilled the beans last year. Spielberg, said, "Oh yeah, they'll be announcing that soon." They haven't actually announced it yet, but I'm trusting Steven Spielberg because he's not a dummy. But the rumors I've heard is they're going to put that in the Parade building. Yes, the current Parade building, which you've used for haunted houses, which means that building can't be used for a haunted house next year if an attraction is going in there. Which means, what I've heard is they're building a whole other Parade building, some other part of the park, and this new Parade warehouse will be used for a haunted house. So, that's going to change up the haunted house locations quite a bit because you can't use the Jaws queue, and you're going to have a new Parade building apparently, hopefully be built by then, and they'll have this new area. But then you have the sound stages, you have the sprung tents, but you want to have at least 8 houses. Either they're going to have to free up other sound stages, or they could pop up more sprung tents. But one of the rumors going on is a 2-park idea like 2004, which I'm wearing the t-shirt, 2 times the fear again for 2012, which is an interesting possibility. Again, this is just an idea that's floating around. That'd be cool, but there are all sorts of logistical problems of having it in both parks. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'm running out of time, And that's just some of the wild rumors I've heard so far, and God knows what the truth will be, maybe even weirder than that. And let's see if this thing actually plays correctly, and if so, then you'll be hearing soon Halloween Horror Nights 17.